My hometown Boston. Once upon a time, in a bustling city by the sea, lived a young boy named Jack, as happy as can be. He called Boston his hometown, a place so grand, with history, culture, and landmarks, all at hand. Jack grew up in Boston, a city with a rich past, where the American Revolution was destined to last. He learned about the Boston Tea Party with pride, and walked the Freedom Trail with his family by his side. He admired the tall skyscrapers that kissed the sky, the iconic landmarks that caught every passerby's eye. From the historic Boston Common to the USS Constitution, Jack loved exploring his hometown, a thrilling expedition. He'd watch the Red Sox play at Fenway Park, cheering for his team well past the dark. He'd stroll along the Charles River's serene flow, or visit the Boston Public Library, a knowledge treasure trove. But it wasn't just the history and sights that made Boston great, it was the people who lived there, their kindness innate. Jack made friends from diverse cultures and backgrounds, embracing diversity, forming bonds that were profound. He'd meet people from all walks of life, from students to professors, in a city so rife with intellectual curiosity and a vibrant art scene. Boston was a cultural melting pot, a vibrant dream. Jack loved the city's seasons, each with its own charm, from the colorful foliage in fall to winter's snowy arm. He'd go ice skating on the Frog Pond's frozen sheet, or marvel at the holiday lights, so merry and sweet. In the spring, he'd witness the cherry blossoms bloom, and in the summer he'd revel in the city's festive boom. With concerts, festivals, and outdoor fun, Boston was a playground that never seemed to be done. But it wasn't just the big events that made Boston shine, it was the little moments, simple and divine. Like grabbing a lobster roll from a food truck on the street, or catching a sunset at the Boston Harbor's scenic beat. As Jack grew older, he became even more proud of his hometown Boston, where his roots were endowed. He knew that no matter where life would lead, Boston would always be his home, indeed. For it was a city that had shaped him in every way, a place that held memories to cherish every day. With its rich history, diverse culture, and welcoming heart, Boston was a treasure, a work of art. And so, Jack continued to explore and adore his beloved hometown Boston, a city to explore. For it was a place that had captured his heart, a city that would forever be a part of his life's chart. As Jack grew older, he became increasingly fascinated by the diverse neighborhoods that Boston had to offer. He loved exploring the unique character of each area, from the cobblestone streets of Beacon Hill to the vibrant art scene of the South End. One day, while walking along the Charles River Esplanade, Jack came across a stray kitten. The tiny furball was meowing loudly and seemed hungry and scared. Without hesitation, Jack picked up the kitten and decided to bring it home with him. He named the kitten Charlie, after the iconic Charles River that flowed through Boston. Charlie quickly became Jack's best friend, and they formed an inseparable bond. They would go on adventures together, exploring new corners of the city and discovering hidden gems. One summer, Jack and Charlie took a ferry to the Boston Harbor Islands, a group of islands just off the coast of Boston. They hiked, camped, and enjoyed the pristine nature and breathtaking views. They even spotted seals and dolphins during a boat tour. In the fall, Jack and Charlie would walk through the Boston Common, crunching leaves under their feet and enjoying the crisp air. They would stop by the Boston Public Garden and watch the ducks swimming in the pond, just like in the beloved children's book Make Way for Ducklings. During the winter, Jack and Charlie would bundle up in their warmest coats and scarves and go ice skating at the Boston Common Frog Pond. They would also visit the enchanting holiday lights display at the Boston Common, marveling at the twinkling decorations and festive atmosphere. In the spring, Jack and Charlie would take long walks along the Charles River, admiring the blooming cherry blossom trees and the vibrant colors of the season. They would also explore the Boston neighborhoods as they came to life with flowers, farmers markets, and outdoor events. As the years passed, Jack and Charlie grew older together. Boston had become their home, a place filled with cherished memories and dear friends. Jack appreciated the rich history, cultural diversity, and welcoming spirit of Boston more and more with each passing year. One day, Jack received an opportunity to move to another city for work. It was a tough decision, but he knew that Charlie was getting older and needed a quieter and more peaceful environment. With a heavy heart, Jack bid farewell to his beloved hometown Boston and moved away, taking Charlie with him. Even though Jack and Charlie settled in a new city, Boston remained in their hearts forever. Jack would often tell stories about their adventures in Boston, and Charlie would purr contentedly, as if reminiscing about their special times together. Years later, Jack decided to visit Boston with Charlie for a nostalgic trip down memory lane. They walked through the familiar streets, visited their favorite spots, and met up with old friends. Jack was amazed by how much the city had changed, but also delighted to see that its essence and charm remained intact. As Jack and Charlie sat by the Charles River one last time before their departure, Jack realized that Boston would always be his hometown, a place that had shaped him and brought him countless moments of joy. He also knew that Charlie had found his forever home in Boston, where he had lived a happy and fulfilling life. With a heavy heart, Jack bid farewell to Boston once again, but this time he carried with him a heart full of cherished memories and a lifelong appreciation for his beloved hometown. And as Jack and Charlie walked into the sunset, they knew that Boston would always hold a special place in their hearts, a city that they would forever cherish and remember with love. Please subscribe, like and share for more My Hometown stories.